So I wasn't aware that people were so interested in knowing how we prep the vehicle for the next day. So in this video, I'll kind of just go give you an overview of, because it doesn't have to get too complicated, on what we do to prep the van for the next day. Today we had a maintenance detail out in the field, and then we had a wash and wax and full interior cleaning here at the shop. So it was a pretty light day. But basically what we do every day is, one, like we already have like the staples of what we have to do, right? As far as like prepping the machines and and resupplying the chemicals or refilling the chemicals. But we'll also take a look at the schedule to see what we need for tomorrow. Like, if there's any specific like accessories that we need to accomplish tomorrow's schedule, or anything specific to, to get the job done. But I'll actually let Lex give you a rundown of what prepping the vehicle for the next day means.
So this is how we prep the van. First thing we do is we check all the batteries, the DeWalt batteries, the Polisher batteries, the battery powered vacuum. Check every battery that's in there, put it to charge, put some fresh ones in, that way we're good to go for tomorrow without anything dying on us. Then we take out all the dirty towels, put them in the correct bins where they go. We load up brand new fresh towels that we need for the next day. After that, we go through all the chemicals, exterior, interior, the buckets, the water for the extractor machine, the shampoo, the car shampoo bucket, the wheel bucket. We go through all the chemicals and refill them to the top. That way they're always ready to go. There's never anything we are low on. After that, we go to the generator, fill it up with gas to make sure it has enough gas for the day. Also fill up the backup gas just in case we run out of gas for whatever reason. And then we just check our equipment, make sure it's all clean, there's nothing clogged up in any hoses or anything. And that is it.
Give the people a quick review. What do you think of the Prospector 500?
Man, this thing is a monster. It's bigger.
Compare it to the Mighty real quick.
Oh, the Mighty.
So we had the Mighty HP60, and this is the Prospector 500. So give it a quick little rundown.
This makes the Mighty look like a little kid's toy from Toys R Us. This, if you really want to detail, I'm just kidding. It's a lot stronger, heats up faster. It's able to hold on to more water, so less refills, especially when you're in a dirty vehicle. You do not want to keep filling it up with water. You want to keep going until you're done. So 12-gallon tank gets you to a really dirty car and more, or even 2 to 3 cars, which is great. 500 psi pump, which we don't need. I usually have it at like 100 or way less. Dual 3-stage vacuums with 200 and something inches of lift, with a 30-foot hose. It's about, how much? It's like 140, 150 inches lift, so it's more than enough. Yeah.
That's good. We'll do a more in-depth review. That way you don't give them all the details right now.
I'm just giving you the basics.
The basics. And yeah, we thought Lex was like, we thought we were actually doing something with that Mighty HP60.
Did you do the size comparison?
Nah, but it's too late now. And it's funny because I just want to touch on that point real quick, where we had the Aqua Pro vac, which was $475. We had the Mighty HP60 Spider, which was $16, $17, and the Prospector 500, which I think was like 24, 26, something around there. And like, in a single instance, right, on a single vehicle, could you use the Bizzle Pro Heat to get exceptional results? Yes. The problem comes when you're trying to do more vehicles. So for instance, like if we use the Bizzle Pro Heat on a Toyota 4Runner, on a Toyota Sienna, on a filthy vehicle, the amount of time that we have to stop in order to dump and refill that little thing would be at least like 20 times. With the Aqua Pro vac, on a 4Runner, it might be 7 times. On the mighty H360 Spider, it might be 2 to 3 times. On this Prospector, it might be 1. So eliminating that problem is a big deal for us. So that's why we are okay justifying the price of whatever, 2,600 bucks, because removing that task of not having to refill and everything else, the heat, the whatever, is enough pros for us to justify the price. So I'll just snag this APC bottle. It needs a little bit. Come to the chemical station, super clean, diluted 10 to 1. That's what this is. Turn it on, open this up to allow the flow. And then cut it off when ready, let it drip a little bit out. Close that. Close this. And return this back to the cart. That's it. So pretty simple. Like the one that you're always gonna look for is like APC and ONR, which are labeled on top very professionally. So it would be the APC. This one doesn't really need it. This one doesn't really need it. This is the ONR and the pump sprayer. Doesn't really need it. So here at the shop, the way we prep the van is the same way we prep the shop. Like we're gonna look at the batteries, we're gonna look at the bottles, and we're gonna throw away the towels. We'll put away the towels where they need to go. So shop and van, basically the same way that we prep the vehicle. Now, something else that we might do, or things that are specific to the shop, will be something like releasing the air. Do we need the air compressor? Do we need the air compressor? Would be like releasing the air from the air compressor. We do it there, but this one takes a bit more time, and we actually dump out the water because it has so much. So pretty simple. Cover your ears if you're on the headphones. But we would release the pressure. And that would be that, and that has to be done every day, at the end of every day. Another thing is, this is now our dedicated like mat vacuum where we suck out the water from the mat. So here we don't clean it every day, but we do always dump the water out in the toilets, or depending on how much water there is, or out in the bath. But that has to be done every day. We obviously gonna vacuum and clean up the mat every day that we wash vehicles. And those are some of the things that are more like shop specific. But other than that, we just gotta fill the chemicals and towels and kind of just see what we need to resupply for the next. It's not difficult, it's not complicated. It's pretty straightforward. It's just figuring out what you need, right? It's gonna be the same just for about every detailer, right? Chemicals, are they all topped off? Towels, do you have enough clean towels? Pads, do you have enough clean pads? Batteries, are they all charged? That's basically it. Do you have a steamer? Is it topped off? Do you have an extractor? Does it need to be topped off? Do you need to release the tank and dump it out? Pretty basic and straightforward stuff. One thing I highly recommend is that you make a checklist on your prep. For instance, we have Lex created an SOP and checklist on everything that we need prepped on the vehicle. That way, when we hand it off to someone, it says line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of, hey, we need this, check that, check this, check that, check this, check that, check this, check that, check this. That way, we don't need to be there every single minute giving input of like, hey, did you do this? Hey, did you do that? No, instead you just follow the checklist. And if something happens, if something is missed, let's say is refill the APC and ONR bottles, right? If it's missed, then we simply go back to the checklist and say, hey, it's on here on the checklist that you're supposed to get it done and you didn't. Did you not go over the checklist? Oh no, I went over the checklist. Then why are the APC and ONR bottles not filled up? It's a self-accountability tool to make sure everything is getting done that's supposed to be getting done. So pretty straightforward. But overall, it's not difficult to prep the van, right? I remember when I used to do it in the HHR panel, it'd be the same thing. Do I have enough towels? Do I refill the chemicals? Do I need to top off the steamer? Do I need to top off the extractor? And that was basically it. It's the same process, just with more stuff now, but still the same principles. Of course, depending if you have some specific tools or whatever that you need to like specifically address, of course it's gonna change. That's why I referred to you using that checklist and that SOP. Other than that, I guess I'll link to the tools and products that we have, or some of them down below, just if you're interested in something. But other than that, pretty straightforward video. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, concerns, any video ideas that you guys would love to see, because again, a lot of the videos that I try to make are based off of your feedback, and if you don't give me feedback, I don't know what videos you want me to make. So give me some feedback and I'll make a video on it later.